So previously we are focused on how we can apply the price line of the TDI. Those were the basic things we focused on, which is the green indicator. Then we talked about how we can use the yellow, which is our gold indicator, to determine the trend. And then how the Bollinger Band helps us to identify volatility of the market. So the last but not the least is our TDI price line. The red indicator you are seeing on our chart is our TDI signal line. What this signal line does is that it helps us to make a buy and a sell entry easily. So you can use the TDI. If you have heard of moving average cross, when it comes to trading, this is another aspect of it. So we can comfortably use this to time our entry. Now, how do we use this red moving average? Remember, before you consider signal, which is an entry confirmation, is the last thing you will do, because you will first of all need to have determined what is the trend of the market, have identified your point of interest, which is possible zone where you'll be making your sell decision, and then your entry confirmation. So the cross of the price line and the signal line alone is not enough to validate your entry. Alright, so you will need additional confirmation like the pattern of candle that was formed in that zone, the trend of the market. So having said that, anytime this green line crosses the red signal line to the downside, it is a sell confirmation. And when it crosses it to the upside, it is a buy confirmation. However, this is depending on the trend of the market. So, if you look at this carefully, if we are to connect our trend line, which means that obviously we are in an uptrend. Then, in this uptrend, we know, right? The price pull back this place. Price pull back to the trend line. So when price is doing that, we have this pullback of price back to the trend line, which is what has happened here. When price is doing that, if you observe carefully, you realize that the price line, which is the green line, crosses the signal line to the downside. Then here, the green line again crosses the trend line, and then the signal line back to the upside. So if you look at this cross here, that is what is happening here. So as it is breaking out of this trend line, if you observe your TDI indicator window, you realize that this price line now just crossed the signal line. So it now becomes your entry confirmation for you to buy. And if you look at your TDI yellow line, which is the good line, which helps us to determine the trend, it just crossed the 50 level of the TDI here. So that simply means it's a change of trend, a bullish movement, and you are into this buy from this zone. So this is how simple the strategy works. So you can see that. Let's take it further a little. Now remember, this is a downtrend. So in this downtrend, price pull back. Price pull back to the upside. So when we have this pullback, If you look at your indicator window carefully, you realize that the TDI trend line, which is this yellow moving average, is below 50 level of the average side, which is a downtrend. Now, as that pullback happens, you are waiting for price to begin to cross back to the upside. So you see the price line of the TDI crosses the red line after a shark fin pattern. So this cross you are seeing here is our signal to sell, because this is a downtrend, and then we have that signal which tells us that is the end of a pullback. So you have sold from there, you will be in this trade all the way. So this is how simple you can apply this. Alright, so this particular one, though it plays out, but this is a counter trend and it is not advisable. So I believe you have learned something new. Please do not forget to give this video a like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications so you'll be the first to get notified when we upload our video. There is a link in the description for inquiry on how you can join our mentorship group. Thank you and see you in the subsequent video.